Hello and welcome to Filter. My name's Jeff, I'm glad you're here. Let's just jump right in. By the end of this short video, you'll see how we can use the filter function, not only to filter basic table data, but also to use multiple conditions and to do partial matches. This is cool stuff. Let's head straight to Excel. Exercise 1. First, let's just get warmed up with the filter function. Equals filter. Okay, the first argument is, what is the range you want to return? So in this case, we want to return this stuff, comma, but we only want to include certain rows. This is the include argument. The way that we structure this is by saying we only want to include those rows where this department column value is equal to, what department value do we want? Well, we enclose in quotes our department, accounting, close quote, close function. Before I hit enter, let's review. We're asking the filter function to return a subset of this data. Where's the data? We just point it to the entire range. And what's the subset? In other words, what's the filtering rule? It's to only include those rows where this department column is equal to the word accounting, and enter. And now you can see we've got it. So that's a single warm-up with a single condition. Let's go to the next exercise, exercise 2. Here we're going to use multiple conditions. We're going to use AND logic and OR logic. But before we get started, let's first kind of understand what's going on. If I were to say equals, where region is equal to east, and enter, what I get is a bunch of Boolean values, true or false, okay? And by the way, it's easy to enter a Boolean value. All you need to do is go to a cell and type in the word true, and you'll notice it gives it all caps. That's because it's saying, Jeff, I recognize the word true and I'm converting it from a text to a true Boolean value. Same with false. If I type in the word false, lowercase, enter, it converts it to uppercase. Why? Because it's converting that text string that I typed in into a Boolean value. Now, Excel's calc engine treats a false Boolean value as 0 and a true Boolean value as 1. And that means we can do math on Boolean values. For example, what if I go equals true plus true? I get 2. What if I go equals false plus false? I get 0. And what if I go equals true plus false? I get 1. A Boolean value of true is treated by Excel's calc engine as a 1. And a Boolean value of false is treated by Excel's calc engine as a value of 0. So far, so good? Okay, one more little detail. If I want to include multiple conditions in my filter function, and I want to use AND logic, it means both of those columns need to be true. If I want to use OR logic, it means only one of those two columns needs to be true. So if I wanted to look at these two columns of Boolean values, and I wanted to do AND logic, it's going to be multiplication. Equals this times this. Enter. And now you can see I get a 1. And if I fill this down, I get 1, 0, 0, 0. That's AND. Both of these have to be true. And then what about OR logic? Well, it means either of these need to be true. So what we can do is go equals this plus this. And let's fill this down. And let's talk about this for a second. If we feed numbers into a formula that is expecting Boolean values, what happens is zeros go in as false and any other non-zero number goes in as true. Wild, I know. But that's how it works. So that's how we can do AND and OR logic with this filter function. Now let's see how that all comes together. Equals filter. I want to return some values from this range, comma, but I only want to include certain rows. Here I have multiple conditions. I only want to include those rows where the region is east and where the product is laptop. So I'm going to open up a double paren, and then I'm going to go where region is equal to east. And then I'm going to close the first paren. And then I'm going to do a multiplication. That's and then I'm going to open up another paren. And then I'm going to go where product is equal to laptop. Close the quote, close the paren, close the second paren, and then close the filter function. So before I hit enter, let's just review. I'm asking the filter function to return a subset from table 1. Which rows? There are multiple conditions. First, region needs to be equal to east, and product has to be equal to laptop. And I combine those two expressions with the multiplication operator, because it's and. Enter. And now you can see I only get the rows where it's laptop and east. So that's how we do AND logic. What if we want to do OR logic? Let's delete this. And let's try another formula. Equals filter. I want to return values from this table 1, comma. Once again, I'm going to open up 2 parens, and I'm going to say I only want to include the rows where the product is equal to laptop. Close that paren, do a plus, open the second paren, or where the product is equal to monitor. Close the quote, close the paren, close the next paren, and then close the filter function. Enter. And that's how we do OR logic. Okay, and what happens if no results are found? Well, let's try that. Equals filter. I want to return values from here, comma, and I only want to include those rows where the product is equal to, and let's do something that doesn't exist. How about tablet? Close quote, close function, and enter. And I get this calc error. So what we can do is we can replace that error with the value of our choice. There's a third optional argument called if empty. So I can do comma, and if it's empty, in other words, no values are returned, we can return whatever we want. We could return an expression, another function, we could return a 0. Here I'm just going to return none. And enter. And you can see now that error was replaced gracefully with the word none. Cool? All right, cool. By the way, if you want access to this workbook and all the workbooks from my channel, I put them all in a free Excel University vault. Click the link in the description, enter your work email, and I'll send you instant access. All right, let's keep going. Exercise 3. Okay, here what we want to do is we want to allow the user to type in a search term. And if this search term is found anywhere in this item column, we want those to be returned. So the first thing we'll have to figure out is how to use the search function. Equals search. What we can do is we can say go find this, comma, anywhere in this column. Close function and enter. And what do we see? We see a bunch of errors, and then we also see a number. So if this function returns a number, it means this text is actually found in that row. If it's returning an error, it means it's not found. And we know our filter function really loves zeros or non-zero numbers. So what we need to do is replace these value errors with a 0. So to do that, we'll just wrap the if error function around the search function, and we'll say do your best to do the search. If you return a value, cool, return it. If not, let's return 0. Close function and enter. And now we get a nice list of zeros for false and non-zero numbers for true. So what that means is we can use the filter function, and we can say we want to return values from this table, comma, and we want to include, and then we just use our expression. Close function and enter. And now we've got it. So let's test this out. What if I typed in the word mouse and hit enter? That's returned. Okay, it's a little partial match. Very cool. And what if I want to return USB? Enter. And now we've got 2 of them. Cool. And what about laptop? And enter. And we got it. And what about wire? Enter. We got that too. And what about board? That works too, all right? And what about LED? And that works too. So that's how we can use the filter function with if error and search to return this type of search capability. As you can see, the filter function is very versatile, and it is one of my top 5 favorite Excel functions. By the way, if you want to skip building this workbook from scratch and grab all my practice files and templates from this channel, get free access to the Excel University Vault. Just use the link in the description. And if you like saving time in Excel, the next video I recommend is 7 time hacks everyone should know. I'll see you there. Thanks for joining me. Have a great day.
This video is a production of Excel University.